What is up, guys? Today we are going to be playing. Put my light on. Today we are going to be playing Call of Duty Zombies on Buried because I just felt like playing zombies. Audio. Something's wrong with my audio. What is going on with my audio? Not the headset. Please boost this up. There's no audio. That's just a cool game. Thank you. Try that. Try and list. Oh, there. Wait. Just come back on. There we are. Audio back. So let's start. Got a little complication. See, this is why.
Hey, how come you want me so bad?
Why I have. Yeah.
Let's go start some trouble.
Actually, this is more like a stream than a, even though I'm not streaming, this is more like a stream. I do have a Call of Duty Zombie storyline audio document, Zombies Trilogy. I'm playing. It'll probably be in the background, kind of like my podcast. It's 4 hours long, and I've only listened to an hour and 43 minutes. If you guys hear stuff in the background, it's because of this.
Everything made of iron they could find, from doorknobs to saucepans, was melted down in primitive furnaces in an effort to produce steel. They cut off their hair and mixed it with the clay in the furnaces.
Some of the zombies that were contained in canisters had been removed starting the zombie outbreak. Many gas zombies were also rampant. Tank Nikolai Takio and Richthofen fought against the zombies until Richthofen found a pocket teleporter and used it to teleport them away to the Baikonur Cosmodrome in 1963, at the same time as the Pentagon outbreak. Tank Nikolai Takio and Richthofen found that the Baikonur Cosmodrome was completely overrun with zombies. Richthofen grabbed a spacesuit to wear. The pocket teleporter only worked once. It then became non-functioning. They fought against the zombies at the same time as the politicians at the Pentagon, although here in Russia it was midnight. Samantha was torturing Dr. Gersh in ether for her own amusement. He begged the four to help him.
Please, help me. She's scalding. The mechanism must be repaired.
Meanwhile, the AK-64-A rocket modules that launched long ago occasionally rained down at the Baikonur Cosmodrome, and the Element 115 reanimated the space monkeys within them. They had an unusual connection to the Persicola, and unlike normal chimpanzees, they had tails. The Gersh device was a fully functioning weapon that created black holes for zombie killing and for teleportation. Samantha even created a weapon of her own, the explosive Matryoshka dolls. The four launched the R-7 rocket present at the Baikonur Cosmodrome, and then they started fixing the vessel and first put the generator back in its place.
You've done it. Now, it needs as much power as possible. Hurry, she's getting nearer.
They then connected the computer network to the Casimir mechanism, activating Node 1.
3 more. No, stop it.
Oh.
They then connected the power from the first machines to the Casimir mechanism, activating Node 2.
There needs to be more concentrated power for this to work.
They then connected the power output from the R-7 rocket launch pad, activating Node 3.
Yes, yes, almost there. Hurry, she's coming. Load up.
They then sequestered the power from the layer-shaped power-ups from ether made by Dr. Gersh.
The Casimir mechanism is active. Quickly, open the portal.
They then gave the Casimir mechanism more power by blasting it with wonder weapons such as the Thundergun Mark II and Gersh devices. All these things fully charged the Casimir mechanism. When it was fully charged, it freed Dr. Gersh from Samantha's confinement.
Ah, yes! I'm free! I cannot thank you enough for releasing me from that horrible place.
It is unknown what happened to Dr. Gersh. Meanwhile, Tank started to realize that his memory was lacking. Takeo, however, had by this point remembered everything that Richtofen had done to him, and he vowed to get vengeance on Richtofen. Richtofen also developed a crush on Nikolai. It also became clear that Richtofen had a secret plan.
Richtofen. I don't like him. I think I've seen him before Shino knew him. Can't quite remember. In fact, can't remember much at all from before.
Richtofen. I don't know why he likes me so much. Maybe he's trying for a free drink. I don't give free drinks. I think Dempsey is like a goose. He wake up in new world every day. I don't think he remembers anything from before. Nikolai's presence brings him dishonor. He tries to drown the past. It will consume him one day. I don't think he remembers anything. His evil is great. Not as great as the fight today. One day, when the time is right, I will make him pay for what he has done!
Eventually, Richtofen used the Gersh device as a portable teleporter to teleport them all to Neagle's Nest. Later, Brock and his assistant Gary, two explorers in the Himalayas, discovered Shangri-La in their search to find Agartha.
The heat and humidity is just excruciating. According to the locals, the temple should be in this mountain range just up this river. Gary, do you hear that? A waterfall. We must be close. Hand me the binoculars. There is a structure up ahead. If this is truly a gateway to Agartha, my work will finally be validated.
Brock? I don't think this place is abandoned.
Don't be silly. This place has to be thousands of years old. I have found some unfinished carvings around the structure, but I can't make out. They do not look like... Wait. What is this? We have to find another way.
Zombies? What are you talking about?
The writings must have been right. No, don't touch that! Damn! Take a look around and try to find a way out.
I got nothing.
We will have to conserve our supplies. Take your shoes off and hand me your socks. I've been trapped in the temple structure for days. Gary is dead, and I don't see a way out of here. I can still hear the zombies outside. I fear this is my last recording, as the battle is about to die. And I will soon follow. One thing I can be certain of is that blood...
They pressed a button which teleported them back in time, where there was a solar eclipse. In their attempt to escape the zombies that had overrun Shangri-La, they got trapped in an inescapable room of the temple, where they stayed until they starved to death. Only in 1990, when the United States revealed the heart publicly. Then in December 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. Tank, Nikolai, Takeo, and Richtofen arrived at Eagle's Nest. However, it was a bit later than Richtofen had hoped. They were in March 2011. They were not alone. George Andrew Romero was a famous writer and director of zombie-related scripts and films. He found some Nazi documents detailing zombies in Element 115, so naturally he wanted to produce a movie about it. He decided to shoot the film at a Siberian outpost, and he recruited 4 actors for the film. Sarah Michelle Gellar was famous for her role in Vampire. Robert Barton Englund was famous for his role in Nightmare on Elm Street. Danny Trejo was famous for his role in Machete. Michael Rooker was famous for his role in The Walking Dead.
Years ago, I did research for a World War II movie. I came across some old Nazi documents.
Any ideas? Great face!
Raising the dead. Real creepy stuff.
We're completely surrounded!
What was them? Some of that crazy happen right here.
They were filming the movie Call of the Dead when a zombie attacked George and they both fell into the frigid water along with a stage light.
I've always liked the monster within me. I like the zombies being us. It's like zombies are the blue-collar monsters.
We're completely surrounded!
We're completely fucked.
Are you girls kidding me? I've been praying for this shit! Come on!
Boys, let's get to work.
God's sakes, he missed me again!
Cut! Are you blind, man?
Ow! Oh. See?
I'd do it like this.
Get back to hair and makeup. You don't look dead enough.
Come on, let's go.
That ain't in the script. We're writing a new one. It's called Dragon Shaft Massacre. This is a real nightmare.
Let's slay some stiffs.
Zombies started reanimating all over the Siberian outposts. Sarah, Robert, Danny, and Michael grabbed some weapons and began fighting against the zombies. George turned into a zombie as well. However, he was more powerful than any other zombie. It is unknown what caused this. Perhaps it was the stage lights electricity or some rhythm. The actors came upon a small locked metal room with some strange people talking from inside it. The strange people were Tank, Nikolai, Taki.
Ah! I'm blind! I'm blind! In my eyes! Holy shitballs! Me too. What did you do, Richthofen?
I did nothing. There's a light switch. Oh, I think I found a lever. Perhaps this will turn on the light.
Ah! Let go! That's not a lever! Richthofen!
Shh! Did you hear that?
Oh, sounded like someone outside. Hey, you! Hey! I need vodka!
Hello? Can you help us? There must be a blown fuse or something. It's dark in here.
Oh, man. That's wet.
Takeo was shaking his stomach from the telephone. Richthofen asked the actors to find an extra fuse to turn the lights on in the room. They found one, put it in the wall, turning on the lights.
Ah, much better. Now I can see the problem. We must have gone too far into the future. Look, the teleporter's completely broken. The time circuits are down. We have to remote.
Wait. You took us here on purpose? Where are we?
A better question, Dempsey.
Oh, look at this blinky light. What's this button do?
No! Ah, great, Nikolai. We've just activated the MTD security system.
Good.
Excuse me. You're outside. Yeah. A fancy one. We need to locate the power sources of the security system. They look like little half domes with a hole on top. Kind of like a big... Forget it. If you destroy those, it should shut down the security system.
Nikolai saw a blinking button which turned on the MTD security system. The actors explored the power sources of the MTD security system.
Ah, yeah. Takeo, can you hand me that screwdriver? Is that all he's going to do this trip?
Oh, I have such a headache. I need vodka.
Now ain't the time for drinking, Nikolai.
I heartily disagree. Now is perfect time for drinking.
Yeah, vodka. That might give me the distraction I mean, good idea.
See, Tank? It's always good time for drinking, eh?
There couldn't possibly be anything left to drink anywhere. Good there?
Nikolai asks for some vodka, and Richtofen urges the actors to find some vodka.
Hi, Takeo. Yeah, how you doing? See all your puke that we're picking up? You're not saying thank you? Nothing? You know why? Because you're a little shit.
So they found some vodka and they sent it through the tube into the room. Richtofen gave it to Tank and Nikolai, who became drunk. Takeo was already incapacitated.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much.
Come on, Rick.
This is turning into just me playing zombies. Solo. Whatever. And while listening to this.
So, fan, it's singing time.
I feel like dancing with Third Wife, but she's doing the troika with Dave.
Wait, isn't the troika that dance that needs 3 people?
Yeah, but Third Wife, big woman. She can do both parts.
Ew.
I lie in bed, I just roll toward her, you know. Takeo, let's dance, you barfing fool.
So now that they're occupied, I was wondering, could you do a special errand for me? I need you to retrieve a very important device. It looks like a long, stiff, hard golden rod. With fingers on the end. Oh, delightful. But it will take an art critic to find the right path.
Richtofen then requested that they find the Vril generator. The Vril generator had been left at Eagle's Nest before Samantha snapped. The actors searched. They found little slips of color-coded paper with numbers on them, as well as corresponding dials within the lighthouse at the Siberian outpost. They changed the dials to match the numbers, then they connected 4 Morse code radios that sent a signal relay to a light in the sky, likely the Brilliot Pyramid in orbit around the Earth. The actors then pressed some switches on the bridge of the crashed ship on the coast, and the switches activated an unmanned submarine nearby that rose out of the ocean. The submarine emitted a series of foghorn trumpet flights. In return, the actor used some land-based foghorns reciprocally. The submarine shone a green stream of light that hit the light in the lighthouse, refracting to the base of the bottom of the lighthouse. The actors did all of this while surviving against the zombies and George. Meanwhile, Richtofen changed out of the spacesuit.
The Vril generator will be mine! Then there is only one more thing I need!
One of the actors found the VR-11, which seemed to have been commandeered by the United States and it had its logo on it, and could be used to turn zombies back into humans because of its Vril energy. The humans would panic and run for their lives, merely to be killed. Curiously, a human ran to the green light at the base of the lighthouse. Before he made it to the top, the actors killed him, which may seem morbid and cruel, but the former zombies had little more sense than when they were zombies, just from sheer fright. It is unknown why or how, but the human was vaporized when it reached the top of the lighthouse. From its non-existent corpse dropped the Vril generator, which was apparently immune to the vaporization. The actors returned the Vril generator to Richtofen via the tube connected to the small metal room. By this time, Richtofen had fixed the teleporter in the room.
Kinda sick that I have to ask this, but Richtofen, is that a rod in your pocket?
9. Let's go. I've got us what we needed.
Yeah! Drunk!
Thank you so much for your help out there. Bye-bye!
Hey, what happened?
Should I get out and push?
The fuse box must have shorted out. Again!
Oh, come on! This better be more rewarding than last time. Stupid Gersh.
What the?
However, when they used it, the fuse shorted out again, so the actors hit the fuse, which jump-started the teleporter.
Thank you again, stranger. Perhaps we will see you another time. Goodbye.
Yo, sauerkraut. You never did tell us why we came. Wherever this is.
All in good time, my clever Dempsey. All in good time. Oh, that's what you get for eating raw fish!
Richtofen said goodbye to Sarah, Robert, Danny, and Michael before teleporting away to Shangri-La. Tank, Nikolai, Takeo, and Richtofen arrived at Shangri-La sometime between 1990 and 2011.
Finally, we're out of that damn closet.
Yeah, but it was nice break, no?
Not for me. That was a horrible experience.
You just need to bite down on something.
Takeo, you are a really, really bad dancer. Second wife dances better than you, and she's dead. I miss her.
Shh! I hear my precious angels. Let the slaughter begin. Oh, I have nothing left to puke.
Good. I was really tired of cleaning it up.
Oh, that closet reminded me of home. Home smelled a little worse, though. Less sanitation.
It is your breath, Russian piglet.
Hey, that's a load coming from one who's been intimate with a stuffed monkey.
Shut up, you two. I hear him coming. Time to raid the refrigerator.
Much of Shangri-La was different from its appearance when Richthofen first found it. There were tunnels underground with modern and semi-modern mining equipment. The area also had a crude hydroelectric power system which was connected to various things such as Coca-Cola machines, a pack-a-punch, and various mechanisms around the temple. The zombies had overrun the Soviets and there was evidence of their presence, such as the Russian Persicola, pieces of lunar landers, and spike moors, which were claymores jury-rigged to explode in a flurry of punji sticks. 3 new varieties of zombies surfaced in Shangri-La. Monkey zombies were reanimated monkeys from the jungle surrounding Shangri-La that had an irate fascination with power. Napalm zombies were zombies that had napalm infused into their bodies. Shrieker zombies were ancient bodies that reanimated into corpses. Having died long ago and merely being preserved, they had less flesh to their bodies and as such were light, nimble, and quick, and they had outstanding control over airflow. Nikolai and Takeo hated each other as usual, but Takeo developed a sort of pity for the drunken Russian, going as far as to call him Nicky. The four also noticed a mountain from Mars that had been spatially displaced by element 115. The Martian mountain had been there for quite a while, as it had begun to blend in with the nature surrounding it. Tank Nikolai, Takeo, and Richthofen found a set of 4 stone buttons in the center of Shangri-La. When they pressed them all at the same time, it activated the ancient crude teleporter within Shangri-La that was used by Brock and Gary. It took them and any zombies present back an unknown length of time to the time when Brock and Gary became trapped. However, the buttons Tank Nikolai, Takeo, and Richthofen pressed were only temporary. After so long a time, they returned to the present and had to press the buttons again.
Whoa! Okay, what the hell just happened?
Why does everything look blue?
Look, there is an eclipse. Fascinating. And look, there's a giant meteor on top of the temple. I must have it in my pockets.
Yeah, good luck with that. Let's go figure out what's going on.
The four, back in time, came upon Brock and Gary. They hit a button in an attempt to free them from their confinement. Then a bunch of panels with symbols on them appeared. The four matched them up, which fully freed Brock and Gary from the entrapment. However, Gary got his legs stuck in some gears, and they still ended up dying.
What the hell was that? Why is the sky dark?
It's an eclipse. We must have...
Run! What are those things?
Zombies! We have to find another way.
Zombies? What are you talking about?
The documents must have been right. No! Don't touch that! Damn! Take a look around and try to find a way out.
Brock, I hear somebody out there that isn't dead.
Hello out there. Hello?
Hey, there's somebody in there.
Hey, guys, there's some British guy in this wall.
Hello, where are you?
The voices!
Wait, that's not in my head.
We are stuck behind some kind of mechanism. Whatever you did moved it slightly. We really could use some help here. The stone is moving. It seems to be working. Oh, wonderful! There is some kind of crystal rising from the floor. Look at this. There's a passageway below. We have to push on to have any chance of escape.
Thanks, whoever you guys are.
I can hear water up ahead. Following the flow of water may lead us out of here.
Ah, crap! My leg! It's stuck in some gears!
Hold on, I'll get you out. Come on. Oh, good God.
The teleporter wore off and the four were sent back to the present. They used it again and went back to the past again.
We have come back to the same night again.
Oh, I had to relive the same night over and over before.
A time-traveling temple, of course.
So, what now?
Same thing we always do. A bunch of seemingly random and convoluted things until we win, no?
This time the four changed the past and they walked near the wire grating at the bottom of the water slide. 3 of the group stood on the grating while the 4th pressed a switch in the water slide, which in turn opened the gates, which in turn freed Gary's leg. Then a focusing crystal, presumably a meteorite, hit the side of the mountain, killing Brock and Gary.
We are trapped down here between 2 gates, and the water is rising. Can you see any way to open these gates?
That did it! His leg is free and the way is clear!
We're moving through a small network of tunnels. This appears to be some sort of aqueduct system. Unless this was carved out at a much later...
The teleporter wore off again. They used it again, returning to the past. First thing they noticed was the focusing crystal falling from the sky.
So, I hope...
Holy shit, boss! Holy crap!
Impressive.
Sorry, I thought that would be hidden by giant space rock falling from sky.
Ah, Nikolai, you're like a child.
Let's get out of here and see what happened.
This time, when the four went back in time, they used the 3179 JGB-215 to shrink the focusing crystal and put it into place. They did it right away, apparently minimizing the damage done within the structure, sparing Brock and Gary. However, the two explorers triggered a gas leak that killed them yet again.
That did it! His leg is free and the way is clear! Let's get moving. We're moving through a small network of tunnels. This appears to be some sort of aqueduct system. Unless this was carved out much later...
Holy crap!
We need to start digging and get past this cave-in! Well, we lucked out on that.
I wouldn't classify any of this as lucky.
Well, we are still alive.
Shh. Do you hear that?
Quickly, under there!
Great, another dead end.
Well, at least we're safe for now.
Really?
Gary, get up! Hello?
The teleporter wore off again, and they used it again to return to the past again.
What a glorious eclipse!
Yeah, whatever. What are we doing here?
Perhaps we should wander around and see if we can find that strange man and his servant.
I'm just about done helping those guys. What are they doing for us?
Don't be daft, Dempsey. We have been raising the focusing crystals.
The what?
Never mind. Good. Let's go find them.
This time, when the four went back in time, they turned the valve, preventing Brock and Gary from dying from the gas leak. However, that had the unfortunate side effect of making the inner walls move. In order to get the walls to stop moving, the four had to burst all the pipes by leading a napalm zombie through the tunnel next to the area where Brock and Gary were trapped. They eventually got stuck in a well. A large serpent then ate Gary. Brock is presumed to die afterwards.
Hello? That seems to have stopped the gas. I wish I'd come out there and thank you in person, but we are still trapped in this chamber.
You have got to be kidding me!
Oh no! The walls are moving! Can you find a way to stop this before we are crushed? Excuse me, gentlemen. We're running out of time in here. The room is getting a little cramped. We really don't have much more time.
We are going to die!
That did it!
Let's get out of here before spikes shoot out of the walls and the floors open up to a pit of lava!
This place is massive. The architecture is not what I expected to see. It's more of an interpretation
What the hell's wrong with you? If this place doesn't kill us, the freaking undead will. We are stuck in some kind of trap-filled temple of death, surrounded by a horde of undead, and you were talking about the rugs not matching the curtains. If you don't...
Well, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, I rest my case.
The walls are too slippery to climb. I can see a tube about halfway up the side of the well, but we can't reach it.
What the? I think something just swam past my leg.
Where?
I don't know!
I wonder where he will be stuck now.
Probably by the radio we found in the past. Present, future.
Oh, but they died so gloriously. Why do we have to help them?
Maybe they'll help us somehow.
Well, so far it's just us helping them. Better be worth it. Stupid Gersh.
Nikolai, your foreshadowing amuses me.
The teleporter wore off again, and they used it again to return to the past again.
What genius could build such a magnificent structure?
The Emperor!
Oh, come on, Tack. You need to vary it up a bit.
What I'm wondering is, why is there a trash compactor in an ancient temple?
Well, what else would they do with their trash?
This time when they went back in time, they used spike moors to fill holes in the tunnel underneath the waterfall, which raised the water level enough for Brock and Gary to climb to the chute. They died this time because they triggered a trap that shot arrows at them.
Hello? We're stuck down here. If you could somehow fill it up with water, we could get out. There is water filling the well, but it's not filling fast enough to reach the top. Yes, we can reach the top.
I can see the outside.
Thank heavens, we're finally out of the wretched catacombs.
It's still full of cliffs.
Yes, it is very strange. I've been thinking about those unfinished carvings we saw before the eclipse occurred, and can't help but think they hold some sort of key in all of this. We should investigate the stepped pyramid for some clues.
I think we should get the hell out of here while we have the chance.
We're so close to proving the existence of...
The teleporter wore off again, and Tank Nikolai, Tachyon, and Richtofen used it again to return to the past again.
Oh, goody. We're back in the past again.
This is so much fun! They keep on dying in such creative ways!
Sadist.
Oh, thank you, Nikolai. And you don't smell as bad as usual. There.
I think you have all lost your minds. Let's hurry and find them.
This time when the four went back in time, they activated panels with more symbols on them all over the surface of Shangri-La, which gave a hint to what Brock and Gary must do. Brock found a code that they could use. They also blew up the snare trap so that when it killed Brock and Gary.
I can see the outside.
Thank heavens, we're finally out of the wretched catacombs.
It's still full of cliffs.
Yes, it is very strange. I've been thinking about those carvings we saw before the eclipse. Give me a moment.
Oh, jeez, man, do we really need to do this now?
Yes, they do match the pictures from the tattoo. It's a code. 16134. This doesn't mean much. Perhaps the answer lies inside that stepped pyramid.
Wait, so how did they know the code now? I'm confused.
Don't be daft, Dempsey. We finished the glyphs for them, so when they got here in the future, they were able to read them because we changed the past. So the past present, when we were, never actually happened to them, and...
Wait, what?
Oh, all this gives me a headache. Let's just find out where to use this code.
The teleporter wore off again, and the four used it to return to the past again.
Wait, why are we here again? Do we even know what we're doing?
I'm not sure. Perhaps we missed something.
Maybe, but it's no big deal. I miss things all the time, and look at me. Yes, look at you. Ugh. Let's get going.
This time when the four went back in time, they changed the dials in the mud pit room to show 16, 1, 3, 4. This change allowed Brock and Gary to enter the main temple safely. They died again by staying there too long with zombies running amok nearby.
We have made it inside the top of the temple. I can see an antechamber through a crack in the wall, but there is no way to get inside. It's completely enclosed.
If we had a stick of dynamite, I could get us in there.
Well, unless you brought some, I think we're not getting any further.
I had some in my bag, but dropped it when we were attacked by the horde of zombies.
Hey, Pyro Putzes, I might be able to help you with that.
Hey, guys! It's happening again!
Dynamite! I find your dynamite! Dynamite! Wunderbar!
Okay, you bring me that stick of dynamite, I'll open this bitch up like a can of beans! Then, can we get the hell out of here?
Of course! I just need to see the inside of the temple.
I dropped the bag near where we were first attacked! And by the look of it out there, we're not gonna be able to stroll around looking for it.
So close to the answers.
We need to get the hell out of here before it's too late!
The teleporter wore off again, and the four used it again to return to the past again.
I think all the crystals are raised. Now what?
Why don't you tell us, Richtofen? You seem to know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, then what do we need to do?
I don't know yet, but I will when we do it. And then I will have everything that I need. I mean,
Hey, maybe we should go see where those guys are stuck.
This time, when Tank Nikolai Takeo and Richtofen went back in time, they tried to find the dynamite. It was stuck on one of the focusing crystals, so they upgraded 3179 JGB-215 into the Fractalizer, and they shot the focusing crystals in a specific fashion so that the beam refracted onto all of the other crystals before eventually hitting the giant 115 meteor on top of the temple, shrinking the meteor. Dynamite also fell off the focusing crystal, so they grabbed it and gave it to Gary. Brock and Gary blew the wall up, giving them access to the antechamber of the temple. Inside, they found a plaque with Richtofen's name carved upon it, as well as the shrunken meteor, which would become known as the Focusing Stone. Brock touched it. The extreme density of the 115 within the Focusing Stone, in addition to the 115's temporal displacement properties, caused time to reverse upon being touched. It reset events for Brock and Gary back to when they first arrived. This put them in a recursion that can only be escaped by death. Richtofen presumably managed to grab it since he also had the Vril generator. Tank Nikolai Takeo and Richtofen then used the teleporter to again teleport away.
Alright, here we go! Everybody get back!
I am now entering the antechamber. I see some sort of altar, and there is a rock suspended above it. This is just wonderful. An inscription. Rick Ta Fen. Richtofen. Gary, take an etching. The rock above the altar seems to be suspended in thin air. I'm going to remove it now.
We've been in this jungle for days and haven't seen any sign of this hidden temple.
We cannot give up. It has to be here.
I can't shake this feeling like we're going in circles.
We should get to higher ground and take a look. The heat and humidity is just excruciating. According to the locals, the temple should be in this mountain range just up this river. Gary, do you hear that? A waterfall. We must be close. Hand me the binoculars. There is a structure up ahead. If this is truly a gateway to Agatha, my work will finally be validated.
Throughout 2025, a large military faction and alliance formed and grew. It was known as the Strategic Defense Coalition, or SDC, and it was made up of Afghanistan, Mongolia, North Korea, China, and many other countries. China tried to resist, but the SDC had powerful influence over them. The SDC and NATO were the two primary world power alliances. Shan Zhao was the ruling dictator of China and the SDC at this time. In Shanghai, Province 22, China, there were two buildings, a multi-level mall and a sweatshop. Both of them had outlets for the International Zombie Center, an enterprise built on the fascination of the zombie apocalypse, the kind often shown in the entertainment industry. The International Zombie Center had the protection of the SDC, evident by the SDC soldiers that were there. The International Zombie Center's two outlets here worked together, despite the differences in the wealth of the estates. They also managed to acquire a new Percola called Who's Who, but the original manufacturer is unknown. A weapon was developed that fired 115 in a new state of matter that was like goo. The sweatshop managed to acquire a few pieces to build one, but they didn't get all the parts. Around this time in Hollywood, California, United States, there was a film studio that filmed many famous movies in many different genres. For an upcoming science fiction movie, they researched some futuristic-looking weaponry. Two of the guns that were featured were the ray gun and the Chinese goo shooting gun. However, they were just replicas of the real things. The studio began filming the movie in which these movies were to make an appearance, Space Monsters from the Moon 2. Meanwhile, an amusement park was set up in Nevada that housed a retrofuturistic exhibit called Nuketown 2025, in commemoration of the original Nuketown. In 2025, an international group of terrorists began to assault the industrialized nations of the world. However, the United States fought back. Nuketown 2025 and the studio were just two of the many places that were ambushed by mercenaries. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, and the United States Naval Special Warfare Development Group, colloquially known as SEAL Team 6, both sent heavily armored agents and soldiers to defend against the mercenaries. For unknown reasons, a nuke was dropped in the battle in Nuketown 2025. Later, a United States Black Ops team assassinated Shan Zhao. Back in Shanghai at the mall and sweatshop, flyers were placed around the area by the International Zombie Center telling people to be on the lookout for a zombified Shan Zhao, which very few people likely took seriously. Meanwhile, a mining operation was begun in Angola that happened to be right above the long-ago abandoned American ghost town. Also, the United States did some experimenting in the Green Run area, which had been abandoned since the 60s, and they used the ghost town as a cover. They were operating within the town there, and within a nearby power facility outside of the town. There they made a secret underground laboratory. Within the power facility, they created their own power grid and a being infused with human DNA and electricity known only as him. Underneath the town, they had a pack-a-punch that never got around to assembling, as well as a fully functioning underground railroad system. They also artificially combined the DNA of different creatures to create very strange abominations they had kept in cages underneath the town. The United States began another secret program in Nevada to construct a nuclear drill to try to drill deep into the earth for an unknown purpose. They used it near the remains of Nuketown. However, the design was not perfected and it caused massive amounts of destruction. In the month of January, radiation scientists were studying the results of the test in the ruins of Nuketown when they noticed zombies rising, which was due either to 115 in the nuclear blasts of the site of the test, or because the zombies themselves came from the overrun no man's land. The radiation scientists sent a distress call to Area 51, which then sent in 2 groups of 4 agents each. One group consisted of CIA agents, the other consisted of agents from the Center for Disease Control, or CDC. When they arrived, all but one of the radiation scientists had turned into zombies themselves. The remaining scientist, Marlton Johnson, a young protege in his 20s, had hidden in the fallout shelter in Nuketown. Perk-Hole machines and the Pack-a-Punch, hooked up to a car battery, were temporarily displaced because of the blast, and they rained down onto Nuketown. A rigged intercom was still functioning in Nuketown that received transmissions from Griffin Station that could be heard across the site. The CDC and CIA fought against these zombies in Nuketown. Tank Nikolai Takeo and Richtofen then arrived in the no man's land part of Area 51 through teleportation at the same time as the zombie outbreak in Nuketown. No man's land was completely overrun with zombies and hellhounds. Richtofen had put the focusing stone into the crevice in the Vril generator, effectively merging them together into what he called the Vril device. Tank Nikolai Takeo and Richtofen used the teleporter set up by the United States government in no man's land that had a direct connection with Griffin Station to go there. The 4 put on pressurized external suits to protect themselves against the lunar environment. Despite Richtofen's planning, his inner spacesuit turned out to be unnecessary. 2 new types of zombies appeared in Griffin Station alongside the regular zombies. Astro zombies were reanimated bodies that happened to be in spacesuits at the time of their reanimation. They were super pressurized and they had the ability, somehow, to teleport at will. Phasing zombies were gas zombies that mutated, gaining the ability to consistently teleport forward in between every few steps they take. The CIA and CDC agents could hear Richtofen through his communicator and the intercom system in Nuketown. Using 4 terminals found outside Griffin Station, Tank Nikolai Takeo and Richtofen gained access to the Griffin Station mainframe. Then one of the 4 grabbed the Hacker, a device built in Griffin Station with the sole purpose to hack into electronics. They used it to hack the mainframe. Then Excavator Pi breached through Tunnel 6 in Griffin Station, completely destroying the atmosphere and artificial gravity in that sector. However, the drilling dislodged the egg from its resting place, and the 4 found it. Richtofen had stolen it from Maxis sometime before this.
I knew I should have invented an egg-moving robot. Stupid Maxis with his rules and stupid accent.
The egg acted as a key to the MPD. The 4 put it in the MPD and a glass tank emerged from it. They killed 25 zombies, their souls filling the machine. Then they flipped the switch, which made the MPD open, exposing Samantha, cryogenically frozen inside. Tank Nikolai Takeo and Richtofen acquired a wire from the laboratories in Griffin Station and 2 Casimir plates from No Man's Land. They put these on an apparatus connecting it to a terminal. Richtofen placed the Vril device in between the Casimir plates where it floated. Richtofen hacked into the mainframe, accessing the Casimir mechanism using the apparatus he created. This activated the long-dormant Maxis, who tried to stop him.
Excellent! This is all going according to plan! Login, Teddy. Password is a liar. I'm not, but that's why no one would guess it.
Access granted. Greetings, Edward. Would you like to play a game?
What is it with Groth's obsession with American women? All they do is play games! No matter. Time to charge up the Casimir mechanism. Carry the 1.
Access granted. Switching relay to Sector 115.
Access denied, Richtofen.
What is happening? Scanning for Haxos.
You fool! I should never have trusted you.
Maxis, how on earth did you get into the machine? No matter.
I know what you are up to, and I will not allow you to succeed.
You should never have kept the DG2 from production. You should never have tried to steal the plan for the MTD.
Stop the madness, Edvard. We were supposed to help the human condition, not destroy it.
Indeed. And now you are dead. And your little girl is going to be next. She is the source of madness, not I.
won't delete. Goodbye, Dr. Maxis.
Security override active.
However, Richtofen deleted him and finished charging the real device. 4 glass tanks emerged from the MPD. The 4 then killed 100 zombies, their souls filling the machines. As they did so, Samantha, in her final moments of power, gave several death threats to Richtofen.
You will never succeed in this, Edward! The Blackness will swallow your pride! Something far more terrible than you lies here! I'll destroy you for what you've done to Daddy! Edward, you will tremble in fear! I'll slice you apart and expose your rotten innards so you will be judged for what you have become! Your tears will taste so sweet when you beg for your miserable life!
This is very, very creepy.
You did this! I will have no mercy on you for your arrogance!
Actually,
I will destroy all those who help you! The Earth's destruction will lie in your hands, Edward! Your fault!
Then Richtofen placed a charge field device into the MPD, which made him switch souls with Samantha. Richtofen became the being trapped in the ether, while Samantha was now trapped in Richtofen's body.
That is actually really good.
I can control them all! I can destroy you all!
Now being the owner of extraordinary powers, Richtofen took control of the zombies' power-ups and more. Upon his rise to power, he returned the zombies' eye color back to the original default blue. Tank Nikolai Takio, Samantha, the CDC, and the CIA noticed this and fought onwards.
Greetings! If you are receiving this message, it means that Richtofen has entered the device. If you free me, I will help you minimize the damage that he will inevitably cause.
Then Maxis contacted Tank Nikolai Takio and Samantha, saying that he wasn't deleted, but just impaired, claiming that he could minimize the damage that Richtofen would cause. So they used the 4 terminals again to free Maxis.
Good. Now that I am in control of the station, we have one last chance to sever Edward's link with Earth. I will calculate the position. Retrieve the artifact and take it to the launch platform.
Then they used a QED to remove the egg from the MPD. Then they teleported the egg using a Gerst device to the top of an AR-7 rocket, which triggered a launch.
I have finished the calculations. Launch protocol initiated. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds to impact.
Maxis launched 3 R-7 rockets towards the Earth, which made contact and exploded. One landed directly upon Nuketown, annihilating the CDC, CIA, and everything else present there.
That's it? Seriously? All that work and all we did was blow up the Earth? What the fuck?
Haha! Goodbye, wife number 9! I do not think I will be able to top that one. She died when I blew up the Earth! Fun times! I will miss her. I promised to destroy every Rust remnant of 935. I will destroy them all!
We did it, Daddy! Yay! The Earth went boom, boom. Goodbye, Daddy. I love you and I miss you. But I want my body back. And I'll destroy that evil Richtofen for taking Daddy away.
Well, that was a much larger explosion than I anticipated. I have done all I can. I certainly hope those calculations were correct.
Is that all the damage those missiles did? I was hoping for less ground and more lava.
Much of the Earth became a barren landscape, and lava and other disasters were relatively common. A ring of debris floated around the Earth, with chunks of it continually falling back down. Element 115 began to spread across the globe, reanimating zombies everywhere. People worldwide had to survive and fight for their lives. Richtofen no longer had a world full of people to torment, but he had an army of the undead. The geological disruption created a huge hole in the crust in the middle of Africa near the buried town, which came to be known as the Rift, which collected a relatively large amount of 115. George Barkley, a former CDC assistant director in Druid Hills, Georgia, knew some of the awful side effects of Element 115.
Attention all on this channel. This is George Barkley, former assistant director of the CDC facility in Druid Hills, Georgia. Prior to the destruction of our headquarters, our research found evidence that contaminants are now infecting the very air we breathe. As such, exposure of some sort appears inevitable for all survivors. Symptoms are variable, but most subjects display short-term memory loss, psychosis, delusion, and paranoia. Short-term memory loss has also been reported, but as of yet, have been unable to confirm this. We advise all individuals to monitor their fellow survivors for signs of the above symptoms, paranoia in particular. Ask yourself, are those closest to you really who you think they are? Are they following their own secret agenda? Are they perhaps plotting against you? The dangers presented by such symptoms cannot be overstated. It was with deep sadness that I myself was forced to euthanize 14 members of my own team. My condolences to their families. I hope this message serves as a warning to all survivors. We must all do whatever it takes to ensure our future as a species. Thank you.
The Airborne 115 started to cause paranoia among other mental instabilities in survivors, just like it had to Maxis nearly a century ago. Under 115-induced delusion, George Barkley euthanized 14 members of his own team and proceeded to make a transmission to anyone that would hear him to warn them of the dangers of the 115 contaminant.
If there's anyone out there, please respond. I desperately need help. Nothing's left me, and I'm alone and frightened. Help! I tried to do it right, but the others wouldn't listen. This peace comes here. This peace comes there. I couldn't do it on my own. And you know, the German man stopped talking to me, and I don't know what to do.
Richtofen began to contact survivors. He was not happy that the world had been taken from him, and he aimed to fix that. However, no survivors met his expectations.
Science has failed us. He has abandoned us. In this new world, we alone are your salvation. We alone can light the way. Hear our words. Heed our call. There is but one path to enlightenment. Just as they would consume us, we must consume them. We are the living, and we are the dead. We are the flesh, and the flesh is us. We will not starve. We will thrive.
An organization or movement began where people would consume zombie flesh to survive. They were known as the Flesh. Their practices aligned very much with cannibalism and occultism. One notable member of the Flesh was a man known as Samuel J. Stollinger.
Redcon 5, this is Saber 10. Our sweep failed to find any evidence of survivors on site. Broken Arrow is not viable for new FOV. That's a negative, sir. Records appear to have been destroyed in a fire prior to the facility being overrun. Sir, we believe staff may have been trying to destroy evidence implicating them in the outbreak. Understood, sir. Confirmed drop at T-5. Retreating to safe distance.
Two military or former military men operated in a mission in this post-apocalyptic world. Saber 10 was the code name of a man with a jet plane. He was communicating to a man by the codename Retcon 5. Saber 10 was making a sweep over a site and corporation called Broken Arrow. Russman had been a man who worked here but was fired. Saber 10 and Retcon 5 had three mission objectives: to find survivors, to find records relating to the outbreak, and to evaluate it as a new forward operating base. There were no survivors. All of the records were destroyed by staff in a fire to prevent their own incrimination. The place was designated for bombing. Saber 10 dropped his payload and retreated.
Anyone listening, we have food, water, and medical
Some survivors in this post-apocalyptic world took refuge in a former government facility in Jack Flats, Nevada. The leader of the site made attempts to reach out to survivors to let them know this place was safe. Max has contacted these survivors through the technology present there.
What has occurred cannot be undone. However, I realize the calculations were made in haste and could potentially threaten the entire globe. That was not the intent. I considered a possible plan B should this occur, but this plan would consist of creating global polarization devices that would... It appears I have difficulty speaking. Devices when the power... Shut the power... Me.
Maxis was limited in that he could only communicate through technology. Also, devices with high amounts of power would interfere with his signal, preventing him from communicating. He insisted that he did not mean to inflict as much damage on the world as he did, and he told the survivors that he was trying to create global polarization devices for his Plan B. Richtofen, however, also contacted the survivors.
What's that? Who's there? Yes, I can hear you. Of course I have. There's nothing else. No, I won't do that. How do I know you're not lying? You could be making all that up. Sure, that only makes sense. Dude. You know what? But... No, I see. Sure. Really? But they're my friends. Yes. Of course I see now. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. For you and the flesh.
When some survivors began hearing Richtofen and following his orders, a sort of civil war in Jack Flats broke out, with one half fighting for Richtofen and the other for Maxis, each trying to establish some sort of tower with a power input.
Voice! Come in, unidentified electronic voice! We've been attempting to activate your spire as instructed, but one of our members began hearing the other voice you warned us about. He turned on the rest of us and shot one member of our crew and wounded another before we restrained him. Hello? Hello? Damn this thing! Why doesn't it answer when we call it? Hello? Hello? This is Jackass Flats, calling any human community within broadcasting distance. We're located at standard map coordinates 37 degrees, 07 north, 116 degrees, 03 west. This is a warning to anyone contacted by a group of mysterious voices. Several of our party began to hear the voices, and their competing instructions and incompatible demands drove a wedge down the center of the camp. Half of the camp is carrying out the demands of only through electronics. This voice is a big, long, and its ultimate goal's unclear. The other voice cannot be heard by humans who have not been on the long madness this way lies. Neither of these instruction sets will understand. Those of us who have not chosen a side have been hunted by both sides, seeking to force us to assist them. Oh God, they found us! Oh! Get back! You get stuck!
Wow, that's creepy.
The conflict grew. Each side had their disadvantages. Maxis wasn't punctual with his limited responses, and Richtofen was only able to penetrate a few people's minds. Armed conflict killed many people, and some people even went crazy due to the predicament. The zombie threat also didn't help.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? We have activated the spire as you instructed, but the Shamblers are swarming our location, and we can't hold out against their superior numbers from on without aid. Hello? Please, come in! It is vital that you instruct us on that...
You think you're so smart, huh? You think you can manipulate everybody into doing what you want, but we know the truth. Your calculating works and your sinister agents? You mean to destroy this planet and kill us all? We're not gonna help. No way, no how. So yeah, you keep talking. But no one's gonna hear you because we're destroying everything. Everything electronic, starting with this evil radio box thing.
The The survivors were so concerned with killing the other side that neither Maxis nor Richtofen gained control of the tower in Jackass Flats. The CIA and CEC were still operational in this post-apocalyptic world. Their status and condition are unknown, but it was probably not good. 16 agents were sent to Green Run. Half were from the CIA, half were from the CEC. Half went to the town in Green Run, and half went to the farm in Green Run.
We will work together against the zombies, yeah? Co-op time! So much fun! Wunderbar! You're on 2 teams and only 1 team makes it out alive, so good luck.
Despite working for the same government, they ended up fighting each other due to their differing beliefs and goals, as well as due to Richtofen's prodding rhetoric and zombie attacks. Marlton had met up with a southern woman named Abigail Misty Brierton, and they happened upon the long-abandoned ghost town area known as Green Run, more specifically the bus depot, by the time of at least 20 years since the missiles hit, or sometime after 2045. Misty gave Marlton her nickname for him, Marley, and they began to have feelings for each other. They fought against zombies when the bus driver pulled up with Samuel and Russman in tow, who invited them aboard. Sometime following, Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman went back inside the bus depot, and Maxis contacted them through the PA system there to ask for their help.
You're not one of those foul creatures. Excellent. I have been searching for decades. Listen now. What I have to say is of the utmost importance to mankind. If you would see this planet freed from the curse of these wretched undead creatures and the monstrous evil which controls them.
What is this? Upcoming decision. Who will you choose? Decide before the 4413 by Richtofen Cyberplay followed by Max. I want to hear both.
Then you must obey my every command. I cannot effect physical change.
Okay, they do sound like powerhouses, but whatever. I can see how I'm recording this. OBS. Yeah, OBS is awesome. It is really nice. I love OBS. Back to
Yet,
I want to finish this tonight.
you must be my hands. Only you can stop that awful worm, Richtofen.
Oh yeah, this isn't very.
A chemical was in the local zombies around the area that made them often explode when killed when they were on fire, which was common due to the explosive lava everywhere from the missiles. The strange creatures created by mixing DNA had also escaped by this time and repopulated. They were now known as the denizens of the forest, and they lived underneath the areas covered in dust from the missiles. However, they frequently emerged from their burrows to protect their territory. While surviving, the 4 survivors found some parts that they put together to create a portable wind turbine to help them in their endeavors.
That's it! Now, complete the device. Do it!
They also heard Richtofen for the first time, who had been quiet for the longest time.
Excuse me. Just getting used to the ether. It is havoc on the pipes. Right.
They then got back on the bus, and the bus driver greeted them.
Welcome aboard. Please have a seat. Thank you for choosing Consolidated Coach Corporation Bus Lines. We know it's a big decision who you ride with, and we are privileged to have been chosen.
When they were passing the tunnel, some error occurred within the bus driver that made him seemingly endlessly loop the bus route in a circle.
Error. Error. Global positioning system navigation error. Maintain current course. Implement automatic course upgrade protocols.
Samuel found that he could hear Richtofen in his head, much like how Yuri could hear Samantha. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman fought off zombies at the nearby diner and farm before arriving at the power facility. They entered the secret hub of the power grid and turned it back on. When the power came back on, it freed him from his confinement. He instantly vanished, now residing in the sky, creating huge thunderstorms.
Excellent! You have freed it! But now, you must turn off the power. An active power grid will disrupt all communications between us and make it impossible to accomplish the mission I have for you. Shut down the power.
Maxis then contacted them again and told them that he needed them to turn the power off so he could consistently communicate with them without the power grid interfering with his signal. Richtofen meanwhile decided that he would enact Maxis' plan B for himself before Maxis got a chance to use it. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman continued to survive, not heeding Maxis' instruction. Richtofen gave Samuel in-depth instructions to build something with a jet engine to use to heat an electric pylon in Green Run known as the Tower of Babel.
Ah, good job! Wunderbar! You've done well, my
I
friend.
thought that had some sort of connection to Tower of Babel and, like, Bible stories, but I think it doesn't. I think it was just the name.
This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. Of your group, you are the only one who seems to be able to hear me. So you must convince your deaf friends to heat up the obelisk. Setting a puny fire will not be enough. It must reach an extreme temperature. Now, if only you know how to build a portable engine of some sort, which might grow very hard. Some sort of jet engine with an afterburner? Oh, what, you do? Oh, goody, goody. So, why are you still standing here listening to voices in your head? Get to it, Schweinhund, or Maxis will kill you all!
They scoured the area for pieces of the jet gun that Richtofen wanted.
Oh, that is a large piece! Now you have everything you need to make the jet engine quickly!
They then used those pieces to construct the Thrustodyne Aeronautics Model 23. Meanwhile, they also built a device under the Tower of Babel, which consisted of a purple
Model 23?
115 meteor that had crashed into the bus depot. Richtofen told them to bring the jet gun to the tower along with a nav card for the contraption they made, the nav card reader.
Excellent! Your skills are superb! Now get this thing to the obelisk! We must hurry, for Maxis is a busy little beaver, and the dummy bird will kill you all! Trust me! Ah, that is good! You have accomplished much! But to activate the computer, you must have the little nav card thingy, which plugs into the computer thingy. Don't worry your little brain about what it does or how it works. Just go find it!
They brought the Thrustodyne Aeronautics Model 23 and nav card to the Tower of Babel, which is in the middle of a cornfield. They blasted the meteor that was atop of the nav card reader with the Thrustodyne Aeronautics Model 23 until the gun exploded due to overheating.
Yeah, jawohl! It's so hot that it's burning up! Oh! Sexy! Now we need the 115, and the only place to get that is from the flesh! The flesh! You must wrest the 115 from the undead by killing them! Oh boy, do you need a bunch of it! Get busy!
Richtofen then orders Samuel and the others to wrest Element 115 out of the zombies by killing them under the tower.
That is a large group of Lebessentoten. Now lure them to the open.
No, I didn't mean to do that!
Then make them go boom! Yeah, I can feel the tingling in my toesies.
Richtofen then announced that too much power was flowing into the tower.
Oh, wunderschön! But now too much power is flowing into the obelisk. You must reduce the incoming power by a factor of 4.
So they reduced the power input by throwing EMP grenades at some of the electric lights around the area. Richtofen then gave his excuse of a thank you for helping him in his plan to heal the Earth for his own amusement.
Yeah, you did it! Soon this beautiful planet will be healed once more, and the flesh will cover the Earth! What a glorious day that will be for you! You will be the hero that has saved all of the Earth for me to play with!
Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman then turned the power off. Maxis then praised them for listening to him.
Yes, outstanding! Now we can continue our other tasks.
Out of the sky beamed down him, who attacked the 4 survivors. They led him to the Tower of Babel, where Maxis told them to kill him to capture its essence to use as a power source.
Kill the creature! Kill it now, so we may capture its essence!
They placed 2 turbines under the tower and then killed him, fulfilling Maxis' command. The power was too much, so they placed some turbines around the electric lights that were in the area. This gave Maxis just enough power to power the Tower of Babel, and he thanked them for their help.
Yes! The Spire is online! Now, if the other sites can only be likewise empowered, then perhaps there is still a chance to complete that which was begun so many years ago. Your help has been invaluable. Farewell!
The Tower of Babel was then powered. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman continued their survival against the zombies. The bus driver continued his loop around the Green Run area. The 4 survivors tried to insert the nav card into the nav card reader, however, the reader claimed it was the incorrect nav card. Richtofen started to become more irate, varying his voice from his usual eccentric tone to a deeper gargled tone.
I don't understand. Why are you doing this? Why me? Travel where? Don't you get it? There's nothing left! Oh, how did you... What? What do you mean, mend the rift? Well, maybe I don't wanna. Huh? Did you think of that? Oh, you can't tell them about the flesh. What I did, they'd kill me if they knew. Oh, shit!
If you're gonna talk to your imaginary friends, Stu, you might want to wait till you're in a Z-free zone.
Butcher! Get over here, now!
Come on, come on! What do we do now?
We arm up, find a good place to defend, kick ass, that's it.
I don't understand.
What are you talking about, Stuhlinger? Misty made it pretty clear.
Sense of fate, begin anew!
We're going down! We're going down fighting! Now!
Have we been here before?
Richtofen said that they needed to go to China, and then teleported them there, leaving the bus driver behind. He then told Samuel that he needed to mend the rift, but Samuel didn't know what he meant. When Samuel talked back, Richtofen threatened to tell Marlton, Misty, and Russman about Samuel's history with the flesh. Russman then sacrificed himself to save Samuel from some zombies that were behind him. The other three went down to an elevator, fought zombies, and died themselves. Richtofen used the power of his to resurrect all four to get the job done, leaving all the characters with deja vu. Misty, Marlton, and Samuel were all in China, specifically the multi-level mall and sweatshop in Shanghai Province 22, China. The buildings were in a state of architectural chaos due to the missiles that had hit the Earth. The mall had snapped in two and the top lay upside down next to the bottom. The sweatshop and the two halves of the mall became known as the Great Leap Forward, named after the Chinese movement of long ago. Immediately, Max has contacted them again, telling them his communication problems have been fixed.
The energy fields are no longer disrupting my communications via electrical devices. You will hear me, and you should listen.
The SDC soldiers, as well as many Chinese civilians, were now zombies here. Here, Richtofen had replaced the hounds with jumping jacks, which were a mutated form of phasing zombies. By this time, all of the Nova 6 was gone, but they were agile and could spawn at Richtofen's will. While fighting against the zombies, one of the survivors obtained a sniper rifle.
We must neutralize any errant energy fields in order to prevent Maxis from enacting his plan.
Take whatever action is necessary to ensure the sources do not fall under his control.
If you can find them!
You will need the weapon you hold in due time. Ensure you guard it with your life.
Maxis and Richtofen then both tried to talk to the survivors at the same time. Maxis talked through electronic devices and Richtofen talked through Samuel. They were both saying that they needed to keep that weapon. The survivors then turned the power on, and they found that the mall and sweatshop shared a power grid.
Vital energy flows to all things, living or dead.
My power to manipulate these forces is fragile and limited. That is why I need your help.
Richtofen then told Samuel that he was glad to turn the power on, but he needed more of his help. The survivors then stepped on the 4 panels to drop the elevators.
Control.
The alignment has begun. You are on the right path. Please, continue. You must trigger the symbols in the correct order. An order that only trial and error will reveal.
No, I don't
Maxis
have
and
that
Richtofen then told the survivors that what they had done had affected the power output, but they needed more to be done. The survivors then stepped on the 4 panels with Chinese symbols surrounding the area.
Excellent. The energy fields are changing, transforming, flowing. You are on the right path. You must look for objects of steel. With the appropriate weapon, their energy fields can be manipulated.
Maxis and Richtofen were pleased. Maxis told them to find some balls of steel. They found them using the sniper rifle in the dragon sign's mouths. They were ancient Chinese spheres of steel. One represented fire and the other represented light. They shot one.
It is working! The sphere has relocated. Now, one more must be found.
Holy
They shot the other one.
The balls! It's Oliver! Balls! You must purge the energy before Maxis interferes! Perhaps a rapid liquefaction will suffice, yeah? Then do it!
The energy within the spheres is in flux. Fear not, we will need them in due course. Now, find the Enlightened One. A blood sacrifice alone is not enough. Reincarnation is key.
Maxis and Richtofen then talked at length over each other. Maxis wanted them to take the balls and go to the room with the Buddha engraving, and he told them that reincarnation was key. Richtofen wanted them to use some type of liquid to make the balls get stuck within the two statues near where he had spawned them. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman decided to go look for a device that could spray liquid. They found various parts of this liquefier lying around the sweatshop and put them together.
Oh, that's a
They
foot!
then used it to spray acid on one of the balls.
Yeah! Make those balls wet, you whore! More! Keep going!
Sounds like more like a sex scene.
If you cannot follow instructions, then you're of no use to me.
Maxis was not pleased at all, and practically disavowed the survivors. Richtofen was overcome with joy and told them to continue, so the survivors used this liquefier to spray acid on the other ball.
Oh, that was good. Maxis will no longer be able to get his filthy hands on those balls. Those also wet balls. Now, the real fun can begin.
Richtofen was very pleased and told them that they needed to make a blood sacrifice. The survivors put together a wireframe, bellows, flag, and engine to make what they called the trample steam.
Oh, look at you! So clever! The machine can automate the undead's destruction.
Richtofen admired their cleverness in death automation. So the survivors placed the trample steam in a good location facing the spire on top of the sweatshop.
Keep going! More machines are needed!
They placed another.
I'm so excited! I'm so pleased. Keep going.
Then they placed two more.
I love it when we plan and come together! What were we doing?
Zombies began running into the trample steams, and the trample steams would fling the zombies to their deaths at the spire.
Look at them go! More blood! More blood! Holding back! Holding back! We're so close! I can feel it! Only with your combined energy can we fully control the tower. You need a conduit for the electrical energy contained within your living flesh. Any ideas? Oh, I know. How about those electric knuckle punchy things?
Seriously? What the hell? I will get you, plane. I think it's double tap. I should probably. Iron Man.
Here's the deal.
Them that they had flung enough and told them to use the galvanucles to electrocute the four supports of the spire. They found that it had to be done in a certain order. The order was recorded in mahjong tiles found in the two buildings. After finding them, they determined which order in which they needed to be hit. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman punched the four supports of the spire with the galvanucles in the correct order, successfully powering the spire for Richtofen.
Good work, Samuel. Look to the dragon. The energy flows! Oh, it flows on my face. Keep your ears open, Samuel Sturridge.
There's gonna be a whole nother like 2-hour video with Black Ops 3 somewhere in there. If Black Ops 3 does have zombies. Which most people are like, yes, more zombies, but I'm really wondering.
Again! Ah, that's the echo effect. I love it. I'm still here.
Richtofen was very pleased, and he thanked Samuel. However, Maxis was furious.
You humans are so flawed, unable to follow even the most basic commands.
Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman decided to get the ballistic knife and upgrade it. The upgraded ballistic knife, known as the Cross Defibrillator, they knew could revive people.
The regenerative powers of that device are vital to our success. Ensure You do not lose it!
Maxis commended them on obtaining the weapon. Richtofen sulked in silence. The survivors went to the room with the Buddha engraving like Maxis had said and began to kill zombies there.
Yes, yes, keep going! All blood! The incarnation will reveal the way forward.
After killing enough zombies, Maxis repeated what he had said about reincarnation, so the survivors used the cross defibrillator.
Ah, yes! Do you see? The energy of their broken souls has been released! The energy fields remain in flux. Matter must be transformed before it can be contained. The spire must be energized with fire enhanced. Create a field with which to bind it.
Maxis was very pleased. He stated that killing the zombies and using that weapon had released a lot of energy within that room. He told them to bind the energy around the spire, so the survivors put together the wireframe, bellows, flag, and engine to make what they called the trample steam. They placed one trample steam, then they placed another.
You must keep going! The spire awaits energy!
Then they placed the other two. All four were arranged into a cross around the spire.
I do not know how to upgrade it.
It must be flanked by fire and light.
Maxis told them to place the vault in the trample steams, so they did, and the trample steams flung them back and forth, creating a field that contained the energy.
It is working! We are near our goal! Form a stand, charge in hand. Only then will the spire be ours.
Maxis told them to use the
An hour and 21 minutes. This will be a good video.
Knuckles to electrocute the four supports of the spire. They found that it had to be done in a certain order. The order was recorded in Mahjong tiles found in the two buildings. After finding them, they determined which order in which they needed to be hit. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman punched the four supports of the spire with the Galvanuckles.
Wait. The generator is going to be attacked. Right? Right? Oh wow.
The correct order, successfully powering the spire from Maxis.
Oh, that's
Excellent
what
work, humans. Your allegiance brings us one step closer to our goal.
We just kill her now.
You have taken an important step. The spire has been activated. Now, we must locate and activate the others if we are to prevent Richtofen's plans from reaching fruition.
Maxis was very pleased, and he thanked them for calling them humans. However, Richtofen was furious.
Nein! You're not listening! I try to be patient. I do. But you ruin everything!
Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman found parts to another nav card reader in the Great Leap Forward area. They built it just like they built the last one. They inserted the nav card they found in Green Run into this nav card reader, and it accepted it. They found another nav card in a shop in the mall, but the reader would not accept that one. Meanwhile, back at the diner in the Green Run area, Richtofen decided to entertain himself. He had 4 zombies that had formerly been members of the CDC. He used his resurrection powers to bring them back to life as humans. However, he entertained himself by having them all fight to be human, and every time they died, they became zombies again. It is not known what became of that last standing human. After powering the spire, Richtofen and Maxis subsequently abandoned the 4 survivors in their efforts to power the last tower, using the people that happened to be near it. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman then began to wander the earth.
Wait, 305. What is that in the range? 05 turn to diner, grief and bourbon resolution. Okay, so it is all getting to transit, diarize it, buried, endgames, till death, we part again, or after Maxis. Transfers. Oh.
They fought their way through the Far East, through the Middle East, and down to Africa. Other groups of survivors happened upon the rift in Africa. Maxis and Richtofen urged the survivors to help them power the mining tower that was above the buried town below. Many groups of survivors came and died. Some were more successful than others, but none completed Maxis' nor Richtofen's goals. 4 members of the CIA and 4 members of the CDC were among the survivors that came upon the rift. However, their bickering led to Richtofen just pitting them against each other like he had done in the last CIA and CDC members. Richtofen also decided to entertain himself by turning zombies into humans temporarily, just like he had before in the diner. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman were heading down through Africa, just passing Egypt, when they stopped in the ruins of an airplane.
You can tell somebody just came in there. You really can.
Enough walking for today. We set up camp here. In case you boneheads have forgotten, the world is broken. Very broken. The dead walk the earth, and what remains of civilization is at the mercy of forces we barely understand.
What makes you think we're gonna find something different at this new place?
I don't know that we will, but at least we'll be sure. Sure of what exactly? I don't know.
His memory's going again.
Your name is Russman.
Man!
That my first or last name?
We don't know. You're just Russman. Yeah, anyway, you're a former operative from Broken Arrow. You've been walking the Earth since the, incident.
Yeah. I think I remember. The town.
That's right!
That's where you found us!
When we met, you already had your lapdog in tow.
What do you mean, lapdog, huh? I'm the only one who knows what to do! Don't talk stupid, Stu. All you know is whatever the German tells you to think.
I don't think you're in any position to ridicule Mr. Stuhlinger, particularly given your own proclivities.
You better watch your mouth before you say something you regret, boy.
Enough! We need to remember why we're here. We've all been jumping through hoops for reasons we don't fully understand.
Fully understand?
Alright, for reasons we don't understand at all. Point is, we do it. We keep moving, we keep fighting. It's what we do. Day in, day out. If you really need a reason why we do this, I'll give you one. We do it because doing something, anything, is better than doing nothing.
The rift is less than one day's travel. We move at dawn.
What if we don't find answers?
Then we'll just have to ask more questions.
Russman said their next destination would let them be sure, but his memory loss prevented him from explaining any further. Misty gave Marlton, Samuel, and Russman a motivational speech for why they killed the undead. Later, they finally arrived at the rift in what was once Angola. They stood upon the lower levels of a broken mining tower when Maxis noticed their presence and greeted them.
Attention, my corporeal friends. You can hear me, yes? Our journey inches ever closer to its conclusion. This location represents the final piece of a puzzle beyond the comprehension of your mortal minds. With your help, we will heal the Earth. Energy from the ether is at its strongest this close to the rift. You must harness this energy in order to power the tower seen from this vantage point. In order to achieve our goal, you must venture beneath the surface. I will endeavor to monitor and advise on your progress, but you must remain vigilant. Richtofen will stop at nothing to achieve his psychotic goals.
He told them that, to activate the remaining functional mining tower, they must go below ground through an opening revealed by the mining operation and the tectonic shift of the ground from when the missiles hit. Maxis then explained how the depth hindered him and he needed their help. Richtofen then took notice of the group.
My communications are more fractured below ground. It is essential that you find the parts needed to complete a structure capable of delivering power to the tower above ground.
Samuel? Samuel Stuhlinger?
What? Oh no, not again!
Calm yourself, Samuel. We're all friends here, are we not?
Not really. Me and Russman are buddies, but, I hate that girl with a passion.
We have no time for such petty rivalries, my friend. I fear that Maxis may manipulate your companions into following his orders. He can be a very convincing liar. I know this firsthand. For now, you must focus on only gaining control of the tower above ground. It is more important than you can possibly imagine.
So, no pressure then?
The components necessary to build an energy conduit to power the tower can all be sourced from this location. When you find them, you must ensure that they are not used to help Maxis.
Both Richtofen and Maxis tried more to behave themselves, being nice and appealed to Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman to convince them to power the mining tower, again forcing them to choose between Richtofen and Maxis. Richtofen treated them as he had done earlier. Every time they died, he spawned them back to life for them to try again, desperately hoping they choose to help him. The mining operation above, along with the buried town below, they collectively referred to as Resolution 1295. Whatever. At one point, Marlton, Misty, Samuel, and Russman managed to build another nav card.
Don't worry, I think I realized that you don't have a mic plugged in right now. I'm just joining because I don't have a board existing.
We're gonna have to go all the way.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I was bothering you.
Oh, I was about okay. Oh, now I have to go all the way around. I can't believe we're gonna do this. I don't think I've ever done this. I think it's just hearing the story.
Just like they had in Green running greatly forward. They inserted the nav card they had found into the nav card reader, which accepted it. They also found a nav card in Resolution 1295. In between deaths, Richtofen spawned them back in the Green Run area just long enough to place that nav card in the nav card reader there, which accepted it. So then all the nav card readers were working, something that was essential for all of the towers to work. While they were in the town, they found a very tall man in overalls unable to perform speech who was strong and immune to zombies, trapped in a jail cell. Not knowing his real name, they referred to him as the Big Guy. They used a key to let him out, and they would give him booze and candy to entice him to help them. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman came upon a guillotine in the town.
Ah! Perfect! Und guillotine! Find and bring the parts to this location. Together we will thwart Maxis. Don't worry, we don't actually need to cut off his head. I was talking metaphorically. Although decapitations can follow if time permits.
You must follow my instructions without further delay. Please continue.
Richtofen told them that the guillotine could be used to further his goals. They went to go find the parts to add to the guillotine to fulfill Richtofen's plan. They added a dish, some wires, a strange crystal, and an antenna to the guillotine.
Wonderful! You have done so well, but we are not finished yet. Listen for my helpful advice. I can only apologize if it seems cryptic. I cannot see so well from here.
I do not wish to seem unsympathetic to your own situation, but you really must proceed with my orders.
They found some devices that amplified ethereal energy within the ground called amplifiers, sticking out of the ground.
Oh, look! Just what they're looking for. Well, almost. They need a little more oomph before they will serve our needs. Find the right tool, Samuel, but do it quickly. Your allies may yet choose to follow Maxis.
What reason do you have for such disobedience?
Is one of you listening to the wrong advice?
Richtofen told them the amplifiers needed a bit more power, so they found the paralyzer that Maxis left, and they charged the amplifiers up with even more ethereal energy by firing the paralyzer at them.
Ooh, look at that! That's perfect! It's bigger and better! Find the others! Repeat the process! There should be a little light floating around. Perhaps some poltergeist resided within.
I have warned you before. Do not listen to the words of others. I had hoped I would not need to warn you again.
A lantern that seemed ethereal in nature then began to float around the place. They used a grenade to bring it down.
Here comes the lantern. I'm sure it is harmless now. Departed souls leave residual energy in their wake. This energy must be used to fuel the lantern.
I cannot tell you just how much you put at risk by your non-compliance.
Richtofen told them that they needed to fill the lantern with energy. They went to the mansion of Sarah Faraday, and they entered it. She sent projections of herself to combat them to get them out of her house. However, they killed the projections, which unleashed energy that filled the lantern.
Listen carefully, my friend. Now the lantern is full of juicy cold juiciness. Oh! You must use its power to show you the way. So sorry, I'm being cryptic again. Basically, I'm telling you to go shine its light on the stuff.
Survivors that had previously come far in helping Richtofen and Maxis knew what needed to be done next, and they had written it down in the form of a coded clue. The lantern was able to light up the coded markings.
This talk of energy is so vague, yeah? It's best not to worry about it. Just think of the big ones, positive and negative, north and south, light and dark, good and evil. Anyway, cheer up, it's all good. You just need to smear the right area with some fresh zombie blood. Oh, it's so fresh.
Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman decoded the message, which indicated 3 signs. They found the signs in the tunnels and they hit them with the galvanuckles in the correct order, revealing the Wisp.
Maxis calls it a wisp. It's really just a ball of life force imprisoned in this place for all eternity. It is probably best not to dwell on what it really is. It will make you so sad.
The Wisp was a being that managed to outlive its physical body or bodies. They began to teleport around the town, and they used Volturi elixir to see through the walls to see where the Wisp was. It fed off of their energy, and eventually it ended up attached to the guillotine. When zombies approached it, pieces of the Wisp attached to the zombies.
Kill it! Kill it now! I want its energy! I must have its energy!
Richtofen instructed them to kill the zombies to take their energy.
Woo!
They killed a few more zombies like this until the guillotine was powered to Richtofen's satisfaction.
Okay, Samuel, I don't want you to get upset or worried, but it seems that somewhere along the way, we accidentally tore a teensy-weensy hole in the fabric of time or space. Like I said, it's nothing to worry about, but you need to cross your own timeline in order to put things right. Just detonate a time bomb near the guillotine, and everything will be hunky-dory.
Richtofen informed them that somehow they had accidentally created a hole in the fabric of space and time, specifically a paradox. He told them to place a time bomb in the guillotine. They did so. They then triggered the makeshift time machine they had crafted.
Welcome to your future. Now hurry and find the switch. Ironically enough, we do not have much time.
It took them far into the future, to a so-called round infinity. In this future, Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman had been killed by the zombies. Richtofen told them to go find a switch.
Now Samuel, search their cold, dead bodies.
Richtofen told them that the switch would be on one of the corpses. However, Samuel was a bit disturbed when he came upon the corpses of his companions.
It shouldn't be too upsetting. I know you weren't close.
He was more disturbed when he found his own dead body.
Oh yeah, maybe I should have warned you about that. Now don't get upset, Sammy boy. They're going to put things right.
Richtofen reassured him that finding the switch would prevent their deaths from occurring, hence the paradox. They eventually found the switch and came back to the relative present.
So many puzzles, so many games. Where do they come from, huh? Ooh, that's a ghost. Maxis does this all the time, you know. Though not the first. He will push you as far as he can, following his own ridiculous rules. Only to cast you aside like youth disuse. I won't do that to you, Samuel Studinger. I like you too much. Now be a good boy and run along to the maze. I'm sure it's now just a simple matter of flipping the switches in the correct order.
Richtofen then told them to go to the maze in the backyard of Sarah's mansion. They then pulled the switches in the maze in the correct order, which pleased Richtofen.
Ah, I'm so proud of you! We are inching ever closer to our goal. Many inches of inching. Oh, do you ever wish for something so hard that you think you're going to burst if you don't get it? That
Sex scene.
Hey, all our wishes are going to come true. Just take all your hard-earned pennies along to the fountain.
Richtofen was pleased. He told them to go to the fountain in the courtyard of the town.
Now, throw your pennies into the fountain, and we get to play a fun little game. Move quickly, my little cowboy. Here! You must shoot all the targets.
When they activated the fountain, a sharpshooter game appeared throughout the town. They managed to shoot every last target, which was the last step in fully powering the mining tower. Having accomplished that, the mining tower became powered for Richtofen. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman came upon gallows in the town.
Great! These gallows are positioned in the optimum location. Find the necessary parts and bring them here.
You have to do what I say, Sharp. It really is very important.
Maxis told them that the gallows could be used to further his goals. They went to go find parts to add to the gallows to fulfill Maxis' plan. They had 2 fuel cells, some wires, a car battery, and an antenna to the gallows.
Excellent! Continue at pace.
Oh, I do have it. It's just...
2 more components are required. Ensure that they are not used to further Richtofen's nefarious goals. The structure is almost complete. You are brave warriors, my friends. Perhaps braver than those who walked this road before you.
You need to get the others to do what you tell them. That's what working together is, huh? Do it!
They found some devices that amplified ethereal energy within the ground called amplifiers, sticking out of the ground.
These devices, embedded in the earth, they amplify and project energy. You cannot allow Richtofen to exploit their power. For them to be destroyed, you must find a device capable of projecting a powerful sonic blast.
Explain it to them. I don't care if they are talking over you. Just tell them what they have to do!
Maxis told them they needed to destroy the amplifier so Richtofen couldn't use them. So they created a device called the Subsurface Resonator, which was able to project a sonic blast. They used the Subsurface Resonator along with a turbine they made to destroy the amplifiers.
You are both imaginative and ingenious. Continue to find and destroy each amplifier. Do not allow your pace to falter. There is still much to do. I am most pleased to see that the amplifiers are destroyed. You must capture the wayward spirit of the Lantern. Its power is key to achieving our mission. Brute force may be required to bring it within reach.
Why don't you listen to me? Did I do something wrong? Ah! I'm so annoyed! I don't even want to speak to you!
A lantern that seemed ethereal in nature then began to float around the place. They used a grenade to bring it down.
Good! Now you must secure the lantern to ensure that it is not used to advance Richtofen's plans. The lantern is a vessel for energy. The energy contained within all matter. You must find a method to manipulate the power of the undead. Their energy may provide vital fuel for the lantern. Lest you face corruption from the errant energy, you may need help from a soul already bound to this realm.
You really are quite pathetic, aren't you? Where would you be without me? Nowhere! That's where! I hate you! I hate you so much!
Maxis told them they needed to fill the lantern with energy. They gave the big guy some candy from the candy store to convince him to help them out. He began to beat up the zombies around them, releasing ethereal energy that filled up the lantern.
You must ensure the lantern is safe from harm. The energy contained within is essential to illuminate the words of those who came before you.
I only got down twice, and I haven't even built the Maxis drone. I have, like, everything. I don't really need that, but whatever. this. Oh shit.
Their wisdom will show you the way.
Survivors that had previously come far in helping Richtofen or Maxis knew what needed to be done next, and they had written it down in the form of a coded clue. The lantern was able to light up the coded markings.
Though they failed to complete the task,
You could tell that they took like a lot of time, and like one person would get tired of talking, and so the other one would have to like fill in slightly. Come on, I kinda just want the golden.
the others left clues for those who followed. Only a burst of electricity will have the brute force necessary to release the energy bound to this realm.
Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman decoded the message, which indicated 3 signs. One of the 4 laid a time bomb down. Then they found the signs in the tunnels. They hit them with galvanuckles in the correct order, revealing the Wisp.
Follow the Wisp. He will show you the way.
The Wisp was a being that managed to outlive its physical body or bodies. He began to roam around the town, and they had to kill zombies around the Wisp to keep him alive, as he fed off the zombies' energy. He eventually entered one of the fuel cells of the gallows.
The Wisp's life force has been exhausted, but further energy is required. I had hoped that it would not come to this, but it appears we must manipulate time.
Upcoming decision, who do you choose? By default, Richtofen ending the play, followed by the neutral ending, followed by Max's ending. Richtofen, neither, / both, or Max's.
In order to supply sufficient energy to the tower, there is a device that will allow you to create a point in time that you can return to when you choose. This may prove to be the only method for extracting sufficient energy from the Wisp.
Fortunately, they had laid down a time bomb. The person who laid down the time bomb then triggered it, making time reverse back to when they had laid it down. However, the fuel cell remained powered despite the reversal of time. They then revealed the Wisp again. They killed more zombies around the Wisp again until he again went to the gallows, this time in the other fuel cell.
Now that the structure has power, we need only to direct its energy towards the surface. There is a rudimentary control grid somewhere in this cursed place. Perhaps a remnant of its twisted past.
Upon Max's instructions, they then found a strange device within the Faraday mansion. Pulling the lever and pressing bells found throughout the town while Sarah repeatedly attacked them, they managed to activate the device.
You must proceed to the fountain in order to set the final chain of events in motion.
Well, bam!
This is it! Sufficient payment will initiate the final challenge. Quickly! The targets must be destroyed!
Maxis was pleased. He told them to go to the fountain. When they activated the fountain, a sharpshooter game appeared throughout the town. They managed to shoot every last target, which was the last step in fully powering the mining tower. Having accomplished that, the mining tower became powered for Maxis. Maxis' plan B glowed blue in all the slots, indicating that the Tower of Babel, Spire, and Mining Tower had all been powered for Richtofen, and the nav cards had activated all 3.
Every tower has been activated, just as I planned. We can finally begin our endgame!
When Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman approached it, it opened to reveal a large button. They pressed it, which activated a chain of events that ultimately resulted in giving Richtofen ultimate power.
Finally, I am in control! The ether is mine to manipulate as I wish! The world is now my own personal plaything! What have you done? I've won, Maxis! That's what I've done!
Oh, what about Samantha? Your actions condemn my daughter's very soul to eternal damnation! Even if you do not care for her, surely you wish to return to your own body!
Not really, no. Won't I already possess the power to leave this netherworld and re-enter the physical realm once more? I can choose anybody I wish! As for you, Maxis, you will simply cease to be! I'm in again! Toodles! Take a deep breath, Samuel. We're about to get a whole lot closer. at last I am, what's the word? Corporeal? No. Physical. Whatever. I have my very own body. I can touch. Yeah. I can feel. I can smell. Oh, maybe that's not such a good thing. What is that stink? No. Wait. Something's wrong. I am struggling to control my movements. Okay, maybe I just need some practice.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Samuel, you're still here? Okay. This is a little awkward. It's really not that different how things were before, Sammy. We get to talk to each other, play games, have fun. It's really quite exciting. You'll like the fact that we're going to be eating more salad.
For you, maybe. For me, it's just a big bowl of fucking suck.
That doesn't come in a bowl, but I do understand, Sammy. Just carry on as normal, and I'll try to leave you alone for a while.
Richtofen gained full control over the ether. He killed Maxis and then he entered Samuel's body so he could interact with the physical realm. He rewarded the 4 survivors for their efforts, and the Earth became a toy for Richtofen. However, Richtofen found that he could not separate himself from Samuel's body, and he was forced to have a limited perspective through the eyes of a single individual, despite all of the power he possessed. Richtofen's victory was much less than he desired. Eventually, Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman died. Richtofen's fate appeared equally foreboding. Maxis' Plan B did not glow in an array of any one particular color. Since the device was not fully powered for Maxis or Richtofen, neither.
What does it say? Do the same for all 4 pods. You completed challenge for this. The team a new message. Well, I don't have my voice on, so. Base 3. Follow numbers from right to left. 11, 5, 9, 7, 6. 3, 4. Just code right and spin the video. Try and make it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn up my voice volume a ton. More guys. I'm guessing. Wait, I still want to. Oh, okay, so it just has to be fire. Like fire doesn't have to be overflowing out of it. It just has to be fire. Oh, I'm not screwed. More. Not too much. Oh yeah. Pause. I don't want to get caught off guard.
Regained ultimate power. The world remained in a state of limbo between the bickering disputes of Maxis and Richtofen. The fate of Misty, Marlton.
Wendy's new ghost pepper
really?
fries, just $1.99. Melty cheese, fresh jalapenos. And ghost pepper. So hot, you're burning. Deliciously hot or hotly delicious?
The answer is yes.
I want to try some of those ghost pepper fries.
Samuel and Russman was death, followed by resurrection of Richtofen.
I almost ate a ghost pepper burger, so.
Felt like it. Maxis' Plan B glowed orange in all of the slots, indicating that the Tower of Babel, Spire, and Mining Tower had all been powered for Maxis, and that nav cards had activated all 3.
John, the towers are all under my control.
That kind of
it's time to begin the purge.
When Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman approached it, it opened to reveal a large button. They pressed it, which activated a chain of events that ultimately resulted in giving Maxis ultimate power.
The process has begun. Now I control the ether's energy. I can at last reach Agatha.
Ah, you fools! Why did you listen to him?
Regretfully, I must inform you that neither the Earth nor its people will survive.
I tried so hard to warn you. Don't go!
Once the gateway is open, I will finally be reunited with my dearest Samantha.
Are you forgetting something? Even if your wretched daughter is still alive, she has my body!
If you are so eager to re-enter the physical world, Richtofen, I will grant you that wish!
Maxis gained full control over the ether, and the zombie's eyes turned orange to indicate he was in control. He revealed his true intentions, that he lied about healing the Earth, that he actually wanted to use his power to reunite with his long-lost daughter Samantha. She had been displaced by the 115 into the other dimension, Agartha, some time ago, which is why he wanted to usurp Richtofen. He informed the 4 survivors that forcing open the gateway to Agartha would destroy the Earth and all who lived there. Maxis put Richtofen's soul into the body of a zombie. Every time the zombie died, he'd be transferred to a new zombie. Maxis destroyed the Earth along with Misty, Marlton, Samuel, and Russman, but he failed to ever open the gateway to Agartha. Richtofen had no body left to inhabit. Maxis had nothing. Samantha's fate, however, was far different. Samantha, the person with the longest reign over the zombies, had been temporally and spatially displaced after her body swap with Richtofen. She was displaced into Agartha and far back in time. However, she was not the only thing displaced. Many objects began to be temporally displaced by all of the 115 that had built up. With everything traveling backwards and forwards in time, history could easily be changed. Samantha was trapped in Agartha, sometime during World War I. World War I began on July 28, 1914. It consisted of Great Britain, Russia, Japan, and many more as the Allies, and Germany, Austria-Hungary, and many more as the Central Powers. Dr. Maxis was a relatively old man back in World War I. He worked for Mauser, a weapons manufacturer, and developed designs for weapons. On January 5, 1915, he finalized the prototype design for the Mauser CX series as well as an attached scope. Eventually, out of that series came the Mauser C96. In the same year, another weapon was designed, the MG0815. These two weapons used cutting-edge technology derived from bits of scrap that had fallen through time. Maxis eventually left Mauser to work for an organization that recently formed called Group 935. Group 935 specialized in research of various natures trying to use cutting-edge science to help ensure a victory for Germany. The physician that had studied at Heidelberg University signed up to join Group 935, and he worked alongside Maxis. His name was Dr. Edward Richtofen, and the two became good friends and colleagues. In 1917, in Maxis' research, he cataloged aspects of various elements, and he came across one that was new to him in Group 935, Element 115. Since the element still lacked a name, he decided to name it Divinium, after its amazing properties. He showed it to the leaders of Group 935, and they invested more research into it. Beginning this year, Russia began a transformation and revolution that would eventually end with them pulling out of the war as the Soviet Union. The United States entered World War I on the side of the Allies on April 6, 1917. Group 935 found out about the Knights Templar and their relation to Element 115, so they set up many excavation sites to try to uncover Element 115. One spot in northern France near Bar-le-Duc was particularly promising. The site was named Excavation Site 64. Within it they found ancient ruins of the Templars that had been there so long before them. They also found Element 115 that the Templars had unearthed, now buried. Maxis and Richtofen were stationed at Excavation Site 64.
The ancient texts describe an artifact known to them as the Amplification Rod. It is my firm belief this item is instrumental to harnessing the energy of the elemental stones. Unfortunately, neither the rod nor the stones have been recovered from any of our dig sites. I fear we must push forward regardless. As such, I have drawn up plans to create replica rods based on the descriptions from the main chamber. I will instruct Richtofen to begin fabrication immediately.
Okay, so the code is 11. Write this down. Agartha. 2 is shoot torches church So it's 11. Then it's 5 and 9, then 7 and 6 and 3 and 4, I'm guessing? Yeah. And then you put it, or you have to get the dials in the correct, and then you shoot it. And then you have to go to yeah, you guys did it. I want to get double tap. Let's do this. 11, 5, 9, 7. I'm gonna get you out of here, so I'm focusing on the fuck. Do this quick.
Let's get this thing moving. I'm out of here.
11. So it'll go 11, 5, 9, crap. I should probably go grab those moons.
This is not looking good. You got lots fried, brick bag.
I'm not gonna test it. I'm gonna go grab it. That is a very good weapon. I made it to 28, I think. So if I can be 29, if I can get to 29, I'll be happy. But I just want the wind staff's capable shooting power of the. That's the only upgraded staff I have. The only staff I know how to upgrade by heart. Well, sort of. I know all the steps, just I don't know the code by heart. Let me rephrase that. This thing is shitty. I'm just going to have to probably fucking die down here. But whatever. Nope. Fine. There we go. Let's go.
Zombie blood. It's like camouflage. They don't see you so
I
well.
wonder how many times you said that. I really wonder. Let's get out of here. Oh my gosh, look how much ammo I have in this. I use this thing so much. I wonder how you do that freaking, multiple staff glitch. Let's just turn this on.
Magnus learned of the elemental staves created long ago. However, he could not find them, so he designed plans or replicas based on what he knew. He gave the designs to Richtofen so he could create the required parts. Meanwhile, Richtofen's parents died, and when he heard the news, he was stricken by grief. Maxis began to try to become a sort of fatherly figure to Richtofen.
Researching element 115 continues to yield unforeseen results. The conversion process creates localized energy fields, which appear to function as portals, bringing forth objects of indeterminate origin. It is my hypothesis, however outlandish, that this transfer of matter may actually be occurring through space and time. I believe the answer may lay with the broken moonstones located at the mound. Perhaps channeling sufficient energy from the conversion generators to their location may prove fruitful.
Group 935's research into 115 paid off. They learned how to convert element 115 into a liquid, and doing so exacerbated its displacement properties, making it open portals through which temporally displaced objects fell. Maxis then came to the conclusion that 115 has the ability to displace objects from their time and space. Group 935 continued to experiment with what they could learn of 115, and then began to develop weapons using it. The rift between Maxis and Richtofen continued to grow as their differences began to surface. On September 22, 1917, Richtofen wrote a letter detailing his concern with Maxis' latest behavior. Richtofen also thought Group 935's weapon development was a good idea. However, the idea of using 115 for weapons troubled Maxis, and his conscience drove him to secretly defect to the Allies. He wasn't concerned with what Group 935 would think of his defection, but rather what Richtofen would think. The Emperor of Japan at this time was Emperor Yasuhito Taisho. He began to gather intel that the Germans were increasing their mechanization, and he became very worried. He selected a samurai warrior known for victory in the Battle of Mukden, named Takeo Masaki, to be his trusted agent to gather more intel on the matter. Takeo was honored, and he wrote a letter detailing this on October 6, 1917.
It is by chance of fate alone that we unlocked the seal to the main chamber. Repeated efforts to use brute force proved ineffective and left the men exhausted and frustrated. In an effort to alleviate the tension, one of the soldiers brought a gramophone to the chamber, along with a recording by a group of performers known as La Source Noire. To our astonishment, as we listened to the first few bars of music, the seal itself began to open. I cannot help but wonder if other such recordings may similarly reveal other areas of the catacombs.
The main chamber of the ancient ruins created by the Templars' excavation Site-64 opened by chance when brought a record of music played in a gramophone by the musicians known as the Source Noire. Group 935 began to research whether other sites might be similarly influenced by music. Group 935 also made great leaps in mechanization. They created heavily armored suits for soldiers to wear, increasing their physical and fighting prowess. When wearing the suits, they became known as Panzer Soldats. Group 935 also used the resources displaced by 115 as well as 115 itself to construct giant robots to help win the war. They developed 4 giant robots named Thor, Odin, Freya, and Loki. They were 1,000-foot tall humanoid robots with the ability to shoot rockets and crush things. One had to disengage the foot panel in order to beam up into the control room. The giant robots also had velocity compensators that prevented people, when ejected in an emergency, from being hurt by the fall. The United States learned about the Panzer Soldats and giant robots due to Maxis' defection. American reconnaissance seemed to confirm it, but they sent an operative to confirm its validity. His name was Tank Dempsey. On November 19, 1917, he estimated he'd be there within a few weeks. However, the war ensured he wouldn't make it within that time frame. However, Russia also took notice of Germany's advancements. A soldier named Nikolai Belinsky was exiled from Russia and forced to partake in a special mission to see what the Germans were developing. He wrote a letter detailing so on December 10th, 1917.
When 115 is channeled towards the ancient stones, an energy field appears to drag unknown objects into our reality. Is it possible that element 115 is disrupting the space-time continuum itself? How else could an ancient box, created eons ago, bring forth weapons from different eras, perhaps including even our own future? Further study is needed to understand these powerful and unpredictable forces.
Okay, I'm getting very close to upgrading the fire staff. The hardest staff to upgrade is going to be the, actually, they're a close tie between those two. Between the lightning staff and the ice staff. I heard people say the ice staff is one of the hardest staffs to upgrade ever, but lightning staff definitely, because you have to turn all the switches correctly. So let's get this right. So 11, 5, 9, 9, 7. Wait, let me check what it says. Okay. Base 3. All the numbers from right to left, and light these corresponding towards fire staff. 11, 5, 9, 7, 6, 3, 4. Just go right and chime in again. So where's 9? 6 is it? Where's 4 and 3? Where is 4? There's 2. 4 is. That's 6. 6 is oh, it's 7, 6, 3, 4. Where is 4 though? 9, 7, 2, 11. Where's 4? Oh, this is 4. Oh, game, you tricky. Let's get this right. Okay, so 11, 5. Let's just like set this up here so I can quickly look at it. How long have I been recording? 2 hours and 10 minutes? Alright, use the bathroom. There we are. Fill water. Oh yeah, this is a Navy water bottle. Our brother's in the Navy, so that's pretty nice. Oh my gosh. Like, I know I could do the fire staff because I know how to do it. It's just... Don't die, don't die, don't die. So it's 11... Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Let's keep you there. 11, 5, 9, 7. So 4 is the bloody one. So let's see. So I'm gonna go 11, 5, 9, 7. 7 or 6. 7, 5, 6. 3 and 4. Okay. 5 left to try. Wait, can I just turn you guys into college, please? Oh my gosh. Oh no. There we go. There's the crawler. Come here, little buddy. I gotta wait for you now. just turn all my audio back. Music I had I need you to be closer so I don't freaking lose you. This is like one of the last rounds I have to do. Come to like there. So 11. I just don't want to waste this. 11. 11.
Now let's fire this up.
5.
Perhaps you will be the first to finish how it started so long ago.
Sounds like we got a long way to go.
7. Oh, 6 is right here. 6. 3.
I don't think that was right.
Did I do it? I don't think I did it. Yeah, I didn't do it. Okay. Wait for all the fire to go out. $11.
We supposed to do that?
9. 9.
You figure this out.
7.
Maybe we need to do something else.
6. 3. 4. Seriously, that didn't do it? Okay, let's be more precise with these shots. So let all the fire go out. Go. Is all the fire out? Yeah. 11.
Supposed to do that?
5. 9. 7.
That didn't work.
6. 3. 4. Are you serious? That didn't do it? Are you sure that's the code? 11597634. Ugh. This is really going to piss me off. Okay. 11.
I don't understand.
5. 9.
Losing your legs didn't kill your appetite,
7. Over here. 6. 3, and then...
I don't think that was right.
Are you serious, Samantha? I lit them up in the correct order. I might not be hitting 9. This is gonna be painful. I might just have to look it up. Let's look it up. Like, a YouTube video of this shit. Okay. How to upgrade the fire staff. Let's go with something I know. Zombie Project Advanced War. I don't want... Let's just go with this one.
Sup guys, it is 2Pro3 Games, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to upgrade the Ice Staff here on Origins. So, the first thing you need to do for this, of course, is to assemble all 4 staffs. Now, once that is complete, come down here. This is the first step to upgrading the Fire Staff. The first thing you want to do is get your Fire Staff and stand on this, I don't know what to call it, these metal with the lava underneath it. Stand right here and just kill these guys with your Fire Staff. When those lights, see the little boxes behind me or right in front of me right there, when the fire and all of those go out, then you have completed this step.
Oh.
Alright, now once that is done, make your way over here to...
So that's why it's not full. Duh. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm an idiot.
Zombie blood. It's like camouflage. They don't see you so well.
Double points.
Ugh. It'll be round 30 by the time I frickin' do this. Yep, round 29 already. I'm not even at.
Blood money.
Same plan as last time. Fire has
First mistake. Second, sticking around. Come in closer and I'll jab this thing in your freaking eye.
all the okay, I'm an idiot. Where is? Actually, no, I want the ice one. Fire stuff does a lot of damage.
So hot, you're burning up.
There we go. Woo!
Come in closer and I'll jab this thing in your freaking eye.
So technically, it's not me. It's just the game making it up. It's my excuse.
The church, there's going to be these 7 symbols on the wall. 4 of them will be lit up. Now, each symbol is pretty much a number. Now, from the symbol from the very left all the way to the right, they are 11, 5, 9, 7, 3, 6, and 4, okay? That's what these symbols mean. Like I said, from the left to the right, I'll say it one more time. 11, then 5, then 9, then 7, then 3, then 6, and 4. Now, the ones that I had to activate was number 5, 7, 3, and 4. And you have to come down here below the tank, or where the tank area is, sorry, below the church, and where the tank area is right here, and you have to activate, or you have to shoot your fire staff at the torches, and
so I was doing the whole code when there's only one code. I'm a freaking idiot. That 4 post is bad. Unless this guy messed up. Well, obviously he upgraded. What are you gonna do? Like, okay, that's actually terrible. Pile of them.
You sons of bitches are not taking me
down.
down.
3 times. Moving forward. Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
Still locked.
I can't believe I just did that. I literally can't believe I just did that. We played like what, 3 maps in 2.5 hours? I had 100,000 points. It's actually the highest amount of points. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna actually pull this and get straight to my laptop because this is long.